We'll miss about it. If you ever come to our office, it's hardly professional at times. But we did decide to do low tech, so it's out of the old and it's in with the new. And this worked well with us in a couple other presentations. It's kind of like the FAQs, frequently asked questions of what the fire department or what we do at Washington Township. And invariably, I mean, still to this day, we'll go out and people say, well, you know, I live in Dublin, I got the Dublin Fire Department, and we'll politely remind them that, no, really, you have the Washington Township Fire Department. So Washington Township is actually bigger than Dublin because it incorporates all of the existing boundaries plus a little less than 2 square miles of unincorporated area yet. So it is truly that. Now we have to work. We are the first township that has expanded into 3 actual counties, Franklin, Union, Delaware County. Actually, case law was developed on that years ago. And so basically what we decided to do is just hit some main questions that people always ask. And some of the highlights. Now, I will tell you this. So we are the 2nd largest fire department in Franklin County, only behind the city of Columbus. So people say, well, are you guys a good-sized fire department? The answer is yes. We have 103 full-time uniformed personnel. We carry our upwards of 48 part-time personnel. That will be affected probably by healthcare reform, because we'll probably have to expand our part-time ranks to cover the existing hours that our part-timers currently cover. So really, we have 31 folks assigned to a unit at any given time. Because of time off, that kind of stuff, we usually are running with a minimum of 22 personnel. Our part-time fill in for our full-time folks that are off, but that's basically that. The part-time is, I'll get to it a little bit. It's an invaluable tool, all right, invaluable tool. One of the other items, small items, is most people say, well, you guys are unionized. And actually, there is a union, but because of a little glitch in the law, they aren't recognized. We don't have to recognize them. So collective bargaining does not necessarily affect us, although I don't think anybody would say that they are neglected in any way. So with that, people will ask us, hey, do you bill? We understand, when am I going to get my EMS bill? Well, you won't get an EMS bill. We're the last department in Franklin County that does not bill. So we've not billed for EMS. People say, well, why? Why don't you bill? It's free money. Well, it's not free money. The first thing is, people will say, but if you would ask us how much money can you get, 70% of whatever we would bill out is considered collectible. Okay. In the end, once I get that, often it's only about 70% of that you will actually collect. So we're down to about 50%. The other thing is now with Medicare reform, and again with healthcare reform, they've gone to what we would call bundling with some of the healthcare facilities, so they actually get their monies up front that are expected to reimburse us or the service provider once they're transported or something along those lines. There are some organizations that are notorious for either A, slow pay, or B, not paying at all. Okay? And so you'll find out that a lot of the departments have gone to EMS billing, have really relied on that revenue to keep them functioning. And now it is plateaued. We've really missed, if you really ask me, the prime time to bill for EMS. And I came from a department where first day I was hired, that night they were voting on EMS billing. And I had to implement. So I know a little bit about it. And I will tell you this, that now these departments have really relied on that, have gone to other funding or other fees. For instance, they come to your house to do a fire, they're going to send you a bill. If they come to your house to do, or you should by chance be in an accident, you're going to get a bill. All that stuff is written in on the policies. Most people don't realize. So they have started to look at other forms of billing or fee collection. And frankly, I'm not sure. Well, I know in the next 2 weeks I don't have to worry about it. So that's why we have get to this point. And the trustees have never, we've had some folks that were in the insurance age, and historically just have tried to avoid the billing component of that. And I suspect it'll be addressed sometime again this year. And so we'll, I can't tell you where that's going to go, or the future of that. But I know for the next 2 weeks, you won't get an EMS bill. All right, so anybody have any questions on EMS billing? By chance, go ahead.
This is just, thinking about, my parents live in Avondale, there's practically not a day that goes by that somebody isn't out there in EMS terms. So you guys, and they said when my parents moved in, they'll come as often as you guys as you need them. And so, do you think that you're saying potentially they might start billing for those kinds of runs for?
Well, EMS billing, we can only bill on a transport. And that's one of the things with healthcare, and you'll see a trend that I have up here that's coming. It's called community paramedicine that has just been addressed already. And it's kind of that preventive stuff, and they decided let's use paramedics. And there's a little glitch to that. But the short answer to that is we cannot bill unless we transport. So we can go out, you can call me out 50 times, and as long as you refuse, there will never be a bill. Now, if we would enact a false alarm ordinance or something like that, now a lot of the Avondale stuff, and Alex will hit that one, his talks here in a minute, is that they have panic alarms. And they put them right next to the toilet. I'm not sure why they put them next to the toilet, but invariably we have more of these panic and accidental alarms, and that's the majority at this point of what you see right there.
Okay.